Hi Aquarius, this is Aquila for your monthly reading for the month of May 2015. So Aquarius, let's start your month off with the full moon on the 3rd in your 10th house of career and reputation and the way that you view yourself. And this full moon, every full moon, of course, and new moon is also a time to set new intentions, a time for a new start or birthing something new, awareness. There's an awareness here with the full moon of things that were not to your knowledge before. This full moon is having a little bit of a disagreement or tension kind of conversation with Jupiter in your 7th house of relationships, of partnerships, of marriage. So this full moon is basically asking you, it's an intense full moon. It's a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a very intense sign. So it's all about going deep and basically confronting those things about your career or yourself that you really don't want to. It's you confronting the truth, you changing your perspective on what's happening, and your reality. What's your reality? What are you seeing? With it having this conversation with Jupiter in your 7th house, it can be something regarding your relationships with people, and Jupiter is here in this conversation, in this chit chat that they're both having with each other on this full moon. So there is a daring energy of optimism to dare you to be optimistic, Aquarius. And the first card that I got for you for this month, Aquarius, is breakthrough. So this card symbolizes a need for fairness, balance. If you have a legal matter going on of some kind, remain objective about it. If there is something going on that you have to do, base your judgment on facts. This card is breakthrough. So it's basically about you realizing something you didn't realize before, and then you acting logically from that. Because you are an air sign, you are very logical. So it's very easy for you to dig through the fine print and see logically how things are going to make sense. So something around the 10th, or something around the 3rd in your 10th house, there can be a breakthrough with this little chit chat that Jupiter and the full moon is going to be having. On the 7th, we have Venus, the planet of love and money and pleasure, going into your 6th house of self-service and your health, the way that you're useful to other people. So there's going to be a lot of pleasing of other people, or happiness, joy, pleasure coming from your work or the things that you do to make yourself useful. There is going to be also love and taking care of yourself and your body. Venus is all about pleasure and your health. Your 6th house is your house of health. So maybe you might be taking more initiative or loving your body more, doing more things to make your body more healthy, eating more healthy. Venus is also, you can be indulging in work as well. You can be working overtime and also loving it at the same time, enjoying the time that you're doing with this kind of. Venus is all about enjoyment and pleasure. So there is going to be fun in this sector. You're going to be enjoying the flow of things in your 6th house. On the 11th, we have Mars, the planet of action, moving into your 5th house of pleasure and fun and romance and children. So Mars is going to be here, and that definitely means that this is about acting, action-oriented energy. You're going to be taking an initiative to make yourself happy. Mars is a planet of action. It pushes us, you know what I mean? It pushes you. So for you, Aquarius, this is happening in your 5th house. So it's going to be pushing you or giving you that drive that you needed to have fun, or if you've been working too much or stressing about something, this energy coming to your 5th house on the 11th definitely does mean that there is some type of happiness. Either you're going to be spending more time with your children or doing more activities with your children, or you're going to be taking more time out for the things that you enjoy, for the things that you love to do, putting more gusto and energy into that. On the 18th, we have a new moon in your 4th house of home and the relationship that you have with your parents. So the 4th house, does control that aspect of your chart, your home life, the relationship you have with your parents or guardians. And the second card that I got for you is the Miser. This is a Pentacles card. So it's talking about stability, self-sufficiency, a bit of attachment to materials here, and not taking too many risks. You want order, you want discipline in manners of your finances. Maybe the home sector right now. With this new moon happening in your 4th house, it's happening in Taurus. Taurus is a grounded land sign, and it's happening in an area of your life where it's all about being grounded. Now, this is an opposition as well. So you're realistically looking at things, and Saturn is in retrograde. So you're realistically looking at things and how you can probably change elements in your home life or change the relationship that you have with your parents. But also doing it from a realistic point of view. It's actually fostering awareness in this part of your chart, basically taking care of yourself and keeping your emotions in check. Taurus is all about, staying calm. So this new moon is daring you as well, Aquarius, Aquarius, to stay calm and grounded with this full moon happening. On the 18th, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, going retrograde in your 5th house. So now Mars is here. Mercury, the planet of communication, was already here. And now it's going to go retrograde. So it's going to be reflecting on things that you enjoy, things that you love to do, your romantic relationships, your children. You're going to be reflecting on things of that sort. Or if you don't have children, the joy that you get from children. So you're going to be reflecting on these things with Mercury retrograding. On the 21st, we have the Sun illuminating your 5th house, moving into your 5th house. So there's a focus on happiness, there's a focus on making yourself happy for this month. Towards the end of the month, you have a big focus on making yourself happy. You have Mercury retrograding, the Sun, and then Mars. And then on the 30th, we have the Sun, of course, like I said, the Sun conjuncting Mercury retrograding as well. Wow. So a lot of focus on your 5th house, a lot of focus on what you do for fun, a lot of focus on your life, on your pleasures. And the third card that I got for you, Aquarius, for this month is the Patience card. So this card is basically representing slow and steady growth, waiting, nurturing, reflecting. Don't let frustration let you down. Don't let anything frustrating let you down. It's also about learning. This card is all about Cancer as well. Like, this card is also a money card. It's also about being patient. As you can see, the woman in the card is pregnant, and she's patiently waiting as the moon cycles happen before she gives birth to something amazing. So whatever it is that you're cultivating, there are all these full moons. It's a full moon this month, and there's a new. With Mercury retrograding, it's not a good time to buy electronics, sign contracts. It's also not a good time to make final decisions. It's really time for reflection. The last card that I got for you, remember, is patience. So steady growth, wait on things. Mars is going to be in your 5th house. Use Mars to ground yourself and to use that energy to actually to make it go in the areas that you need it to go in. Don't let Mars get crazy and aggressive. There is that energy when Mars is around to be a little bit more aggressive than usual. Ground that energy in your 5th house with Mars being there, and be patient with yourself. With Mercury retrograding, people may pop out. It's usually a time of reflection, not a really time for action. Reflect on things that you have to work on and do in terms of making yourself happier in the long run, in terms of being around your children, in terms of doing things that you can help your children more in. So this is definitely a focus for you in the month of. So this is your overall reading for the month of May, Aquarius. Thank you.